Okay. Now let's look at this from the soul's point of view.
Okay.
How will you be able to transcend this to the soul level? How will the soul be able to depict mercy? Or how will you be able to, understand what the soul's level kind of mercy is? Okay. In order to be able to relate it to your real life.
Okay. When it comes to the soul level of interpretation of what mercy is, okay, that is what I told you in the beginning. The soul doesn't go on about doing things that it later on has to come back to heal. It doesn't do that. Ignorance comes from the body. The unawareness of what the body is what causes the body to indulge itself, then later on regret. Without the physical body, you won't regret anything. Without the material body, there is nothing for you to feel guilty about. So every emotion that you are feeling inside of this world is as a result of you not being able to understand yourself beyond the physical point. Knowing that every one of you inside of this world is as a child, you are learning, and every lesson comes from making mistakes. You will make mistakes. So there are mistakes that you do it consciously, and there are mistakes that you do unconsciously. Certain people hurt other people without actually feeling like I needed to help, I needed to hurt them. I didn't mean to, but it happened. Those particular kind of incident, if you are able to feel it and know that you've done wrong, that means acknowledgement. Okay, you've acknowledged what you did wasn't right. On the soul level, you are able to feel what the person is feeling, an emotional resonance. So if you feel that way and you are able to tell yourself that I'm not going to repeat this, okay, whenever I'm given the chance, or the universe should grant me the insight or the foresight to be able to see that whatever it is that I'm about to do or my actions doesn't end up being a burden or something that hurts someone in another way. You see?
Great. So you said one of the main characteristics of mercy is forgiveness.
Yes.
Baba, how can someone learn to forgive? Because, on this journey, you have to let go a lot of things to be able to bring balance to yourself.
Yes.
How will you be able to learn how to forgive?
Okay. When it comes to forgiveness, okay, I want you to understand that every level of growth that you are seeking inside of this world, there is a potential level of the same result that wants to keep you in the same place that you are. Okay. Every level of progress that any of you is trying to make inside of this world, there's an equal amount of strength, an equal amount of opposing force that wants to keep you exactly where you are. So you have to understand that if you are finding it very difficult to forgive another person due to something that they've done to you, you want to forgive them, but yet you cannot bring yourself to actually feel that emotion to that level to actually let it go. That is when you need to increase your vibration. You have to increase your level of frequency. You are stuck in one particular plane of resonance. That doesn't mean that you cannot change. You see, sometimes what we are actually looking for is some kind of incentive, okay, of God talking to us that it is okay. You need to let go. And God can only speak to you to understand once you learn to move past where you are currently stuck in. So for you to understand how God is telling you to let this particular thing go, you have to start working on yourself. You have to start increasing the wisdom portion of the soul. You have to start growing wisdom. And when your wisdom starts to grow, then that is when your understanding falls in alignment. You see? So once your understanding falls in alignment, you will just feel something, or somebody will say something, or you connect yourself to certain kind of degree of knowing, be it on your daily activities or somewhere that you didn't even expect that the answer will come from there. Somebody will say something that will trigger certain kind of feeling inside of you that will make you go like, oh my goodness, I didn't do right. I have to let this go. I know they've hurt me to this particular level, but it's okay. I need to let go. God should give me the strength. The universe should give me the strength to let this particular feeling go. And then you begin the practice. And I'm telling you that the thought is not just going to go away immediately. Okay, it is going to keep coming and going, keep coming and going. But how you used to feel about it at the beginning that allowed you to spend so much of your energy hating that particular person, spend so much of your energy like wishing something negative will happen to that particular person, or some sort of satisfaction, or something will happen to that person to guarantee you certain kind of satisfaction, you begin to feel like you don't care. If they are not changing, that becomes their karma cycle to repeat and then to heal. You have making the conscious effort to let that particular energy move away from you. You have healed the soul, but theirs is also on their personal journey. Whether they choose to heal it or not depends entirely on them. But I'm telling you that whatever it is that you are feeling, that is of regret, that is of guilt, that is of self blame, that is of fear, if you don't learn to reconnect yourself enough to amplify the solar energy to overcome, that particular thing is not going to go away. Okay. So imagine you are in this particular dimension with the kind of life that you are living in right now. If you choose to repeat this particular same thing in another life, will you be happy to experience it?
No, you won't.
So deja vus are always telling you that what you are experiencing now, people are experiencing it too. You see? So this might not be the first time that you are trying to overcome this. And you hearing this at this particular moment is an opportunity for you. You coming across messages like this is an opportunity for you to actually reflect back, sit back, and then to reflect on what happened. You are not doing it for anybody. Every kind of weight that you carry is carried on the soul. The physical body is ignorant. When you die, the physical body is here. So the record of what you are putting inside on your own soul is what is going to be determining your connection to freeing you in this world.
See, there's a saying, adding to what Baba is saying, there's a saying that to err is human, but to forgive
It's divine.
is divine. Even though we are talking about mercy, forgiving comes with having mercy. You being able to have mercy on yourself, that is the first thing. And translating that mercy onto others brings you joy beyond imaginable. Okay. Now, I want to ask Baba this question, and I want to be very practical with this. Baba, someone killed another person's mother, father, sibling, and you know that this is the person who committed that murder. We've seen those instances plenty. When people are taken to court, when people are meant to face justice because they took other people's lives.
Yes.
How was such a person who is a victim to this incident,
Yes.
how will such person practically be able to forgive in such instances? This is just one.
Yes.
There are instances where husbands and wives
Yes.
are all
Yes.
going through series of
Yes.
incidences. Practically, can you take us through it to be able to learn how to forgive? Because it doesn't come within a day.
Yes. When it comes to the pain that is in relation with what somebody else has done to us, or a pain that we have caused on ourselves is something that is entirely different. But when it comes to what somebody else has done to you, okay, first of all, you need to understand that every soul inside of this world has their own journey. That is the first thing. For you to start being able to let go of that particular person that killed your father, or that particular person that unalived your mother, or that unalived this particular part of yourself that ended up causing you so much grief. For you to learn to let go, you must first of all understand that every soul, you will never sow corn and go and reap potatoes. Okay? It doesn't matter which particular thing that you are going to be doing. Whatever it is that you do in this particular lifetime, you will take the reward of it, or you receive the punishment of it, either in this life or the next life. The universe is like me keep telling you, God will never discriminate anybody in this world. God, He doesn't have the emotions to say, okay, you are sorry, that ends it. I'm forgiving you. No. That is not what happens.
What goes around comes around.
What goes around comes around. If you throw the ball at the wall, it will come back to you.
To bounce back at you, yes.
Okay. The wall will bounce back at you. So these particular laws that has been put in place, every soul is here to focus on their main point first. Understand what you are. Seek ye first. Understand what it means for you to be in this world. That person that they've unalived is your mother. That person that they unalived is your father. It is something that is naturally very, very prohibited, an abomination to be done. Okay. But in that particular person's life, the person that has been unalived, your father, your mother, they are no longer connected to this material world physically. Do you understand? So from that particular moment, anything that you are going to be feeling is going to be happening up here. It's going to happen up here. So their journey might have come to an end, but yours is still growing. So if you feel like the way that this person has unalived this person, I have to take things into my own hands, that is okay. I'm telling you this. If you feel like this person has unalived this my person and I'm definitely going to go after them, that is okay. If you unalive them or if you do something that brings you certain kind of level of satisfaction, just know that there is consequences to that particular action too that you are going to take. There's a burden for you to carry. There's a burden for you to carry. That person has already carried the burdens of your mother. It has already carried the burdens of your father. Whoever it is that they wronged, that you were connected to emotionally, they have already carried the burden of that particular person. So you can either allow the universe to be the one that judges them with that particular person's soul, or you can take judgment. You can play God with your own hands. And then you ended up swallowing the same kind of incident over again. You put a burden, a crown on your soul until you go back to heal it again. You see?
So can unforgiving breed bitterness?
If you are going to forgive somebody, you need to first of all understand why you are forgiving the person. If you don't understand the reason why you are forgiving the person, you just end up becoming bitter. You've not let it go yet. It is still going to be there. Okay. Forgiving somebody, like they say, is not forgiving the person. It's forgiving yourself. You are the one carrying the weight of what they've done. The person that unalive the other person, the person goes back to the inside of their room. They sleep like children. Because their level of soul resonance is something that is entirely different from yours. You are even having the time to worry about emotional feeling, emotional loss, emotional connection they don't feel that. You see? So if I'm seeing that we are on a particular boat where the boat is sinking, and instead of us to try swimming ashore, that person is in the middle of the boat, even trying to dance and then sink the boat faster, what do you think is the best thing that I should do? Should I let you drag me down with that particular boat? Or I should try swimming, taking my chances and swimming off the coast? You see? You have to decide for yourself. You have to decide. All of you have to decide. Okay, if you are planning on letting go, you have to start working on yourself. You are an energetic being. Okay, he that lives in you is greater than he that lives in the world. Learn to connect with the he that lives in you. Ask God for strength. Ask God to give you the strength to overcome this particular sensation of wanting to strangle this person alive. Okay. He's always guiding you. God is always guiding everybody. The soul is always guiding everybody. But how do you know that this is the level that the soul is guiding me? How do you know this is what the soul is speaking to me about? You can only know that by understanding the personality of your own journey. It's a personal journey.
Okay, yeah, can ehumobro ho asem. Na ehumobro ne na kwaban kese pa eye bone fafri. So de bobe sua se ne de bone che. Na on se obitimi hu so bia ye nade obi ekum ne hu nipa. Enso nyankopon honhom ba ko a eka ne ho a ode ye adwuma pa ene ehumobro. Na sa ehumobro no eti nipa eti yenso ye mu. Na ansa na wahumobro no betimi adan adi amatimi ewie peye no age se wankasa wo ye ho adwuma. Eno ho asem na eye woksika eka. Na se wo be ye ho adwuma eyie ama ni nyina no atimi awie peye ewo wunyame sumu a wo mu no age se wankasa di kan de wo mfomso eche wo ho ansa na wetimi ayeden anyini se wanya ehumobra ma wo ho enipa bebree aye niema bebree ti omo ankasa omo anase omo ye niema bebree ewa abonten a omo nyaaya anka obi de be chewom enso omo nya mfa nche omo ho nti no edin se omo beje mu amana eden amanaka eno nti mesrew anamon ben na wutu e de afa wankasa wahumobro ho anase obone fafre ho se waye ade na wankasa wonhu se ade am ye enye no enya de beboa sabe woni wo yerete woni wukunu te obi ye driver obi ye maid wo hye ne so wo ha no umwa ne manipa no ani nyi wa brabom na abribia no de nipa ne nam ya mu a kan hu se ebeye den se wankasa wan hu se anamon a wutui enye na emmoa wa wani beba ho so no na ehumobro su na eye nyame su na ati wo mu no afiri wo mu wa hye ne so eba ne saa ɛbɛyɛ den sɛ wobɛtumi aforo akɔ wo nyamesu mu. Ɛfiri sɛ Bible no ka sɛ nea ɔte yɛ mu no ɔso sen nea ɔwɔ wiase mu. Ɛno ɛho asɛm na wɔ sika ɛkan. Baba,
yes.
let us. Somebody is asking a question. Ken Black. He says, some of us, we are suffering because of our own actions.
Okay.
How can we heal from karma?
Yes. The thing is that when it comes to your personal experience or something that you've experienced along the line of realities or your own existence that ended up creating certain kind of knot system or a tight knot system that keeps troubling you, that you cannot find the strength to overcome. I want you to understand one thing. Some of you, you look at us and then we talk and you are like, oh, this person is doing it for social media. Oh, this particular person is just speaking, or he doesn't know what he's speaking about. I am telling you that he that lives in you is greater than he that lives in the world. And if I'm speaking to you right now, and you are not able to understand that the inside of ourselves is the best experience to what can explain the outside, then you are not going to put the methods of what I'm telling you to overcome what you are going through. That is what I want you to understand. I'm going to repeat that again. He that lives in you is greater than he that lives in the world. I don't need anybody on the outside to show me what God is. I don't need anybody on the outside to tell me what I am. What I need somebody on the outside is to show me how that they were able to overcome this. These particular experiences that I'm sharing with you, it is something that I've been through. I am telling you something that you need to understand very clearly. He that lives in you is greater. That is the first thing that you need to understand. And as long as you understand that he that lives in me is greater, there is no any amount of karma inside of this world that you cannot break. Okay? There is no any level of karma inside of this world that you cannot break. Whatever is bound on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever is bound in heaven is bound on earth. Within your own vessel, the heaven and the earth exist. So if you learn to remove the nail that is bounding the soul to the earth, then whatever that is written onto the stars will begin to realign themselves. As I was explaining yesterday with the dominoes effect. Okay? You can learn to let go. It doesn't mind the kind of thing that you've done inside of this world. I am telling you. Okay? Whatever the personal karma is that you felt or you think you've done that is beyond forgiveness, you don't understand. That is nothing. I'm telling you. There are beings inside of this world. There were beings that existed that can crumble an entire reality. You see your planet. They can crumble the entire planet in less than a few seconds. But they themselves, they understand energy. They understand the law of cause and then what? Effect. The law of change. Because if you can change, then the effect of the outcome is also going to what? Change. Do you understand? So there is nothing bigger inside of this world that you can personally do that the soul cannot let go. The problem is, are you willing to listen to yourself hard enough? Are you disciplined enough to actually listen to yourself long enough to start putting in the practice that will allow you to move past that particular thing? That is the question. Are you strong enough? Because it takes discipline. It takes a lot of discipline. If you understand that what I'm doing or what I did, whenever you remember about it, it's like someone taking a knife and then choking you in the heart. Whenever you remember, it's like someone is choking you. Whenever you are happy and you remind yourself of what you did, then it robs you of the happiness. Are you happy holding on to that particular memory? No, right? Good. Now you need a personal covenant with your soul. You need a personal covenant with God. Covenant with God doesn't mean you pouring blood on something. It's telling God that I am tired. Okay. Telling the universe that I'm tired of lifting this particular thing that is weighing me down. I want to let go, but I don't know how. So I am asking for strength. I am asking for strength. This thing that I did, if I can take it back today, okay, I would go back. I will pay any amount of price that I need to pay to go back and then to correct it. That particular kind of expression shows the level of soul growth that you are willing to learn. That particular kind of expression, it first of all subdues you away from anything that is keeping you. That is the first thing that you do. Immediately, you just make a pure, aware consciousness or a state of mind to tell yourself that I'm going to change and I'm never going to repeat it again. It becomes a covenant between you and the soul. The soul will keep reminding you, Whenever you try forgetting that you made a covenant with the soul for it to help you change for the better, and you still find yourself going back to yesterday, it will remind you, have you forgotten what you said yesterday? Have you forgotten? Then you are like, no. There's like, get up and do it. Get up and do it. Then you start putting in the effort. Grounding yourself takes time. Learning to connect with your emotion takes time. That is why you need to be patient with your own self. You have to be patient. Okay. If you can't learn to be patient in this particular lifetime, you just die and reincarnate and come back with the same level. So would you rather start this particular time that you became aware, or would you rather allow this particular time to pass you by?
Can we seek mercy?
Can you seek mercy? Mercy from the person that you've hurt, or mercy from yourself?
In any way, can we seek it?
Mercy is something that you need to first of all analyze what you are. You cannot seek mercy until you have wisdom to understand what that means. Okay. Seeking mercy is like you telling, I'm going to the market to go and buy something. What are you going to buy? You don't know what you are going to buy. And yet, if you get to the market, you cannot buy everything in the market. You see?
Right.
So first of all, you need to understand what is causing me to go to the market. What is that main point that causes me to seek what? Mercy. Why am I seeking mercy? Is it for myself?
Or for others?
Or for others? If the mercy is for myself, what am I doing wrong? What is it about me that I need to change in order to realign? Then you start doing the work.
Yelling 369 says that I can testify from the experience I am going through now. You are a pragmatic master. Fasting.
There's a lot of things that we talk about. And if you are listening, you will understand why it is as it is. Okay, if you are putting it into practice, you will see the benefits of it. This is not something that we read books and then we say. It is a personal life experience that when you tap into the soul, you know. You know.
Baba, in ending on the topic of mercy,
Yes.
how will we be able to align wisdom, understanding,
Okay.
and mercy?
Okay. The first thing that you need to do is seek balance. Okay. Like bring yourself back to the middle. Okay. Let's show you the picture. Bring yourself back to the middle of what this is. Okay. If you look at the board, bring yourself back to the staff. You are the staff, the holder of the scepter of God. Your entire being is the scepter of God. You are the staff. Okay. So learn to bring yourself back to the middle. Learn to bring yourself back to the middle. That is all that you need to do. All the fear exists on the side. All the regret exists on the other side. All the guilt exists on the other side. All the anxiety exists on the other side. Learn to bring yourself back to the middle. A neutral point where you get to that level and you feel like, I don't care. Okay. Not that you don't care about it physically, but how they are trying to control, to convince you on the inside to feel. That is what you don't care. If you are able to bring yourself back to the middle, okay, if you are able to bring yourself back to the neutral point of your own self, then I'm telling you that all you need to do is breathe. All you need to do is breathe. Everything will fall in alignment if you know how to breathe. Everything.
We all breathe.
Yes.
So if you tell us to breathe, what are you insinuating?
Yes. The thing is that when it comes to breathing, okay, we are breathing consciousness like we spoke of last time. The etheric energy is surrounding all of us. Okay. When they are talking about Aquarius, they are talking about ether energy. The Aquarius is the ether energy, the one that pours in the knowledge and the wisdom. You see? So Aquarius is this particular time that we are giving you the knowledge of self. Everybody online is speaking about you. Everything online is speaking about how you are a spirit. Okay. But you need wisdom. And the wisdom part of yourself only comes by understanding the 11 various points of your own body. What you call the organs.
Okay.
You see? You have to understand your organs. Then you will know this is how my lungs looks like. And when I breathe in like this, okay, I can't hold it for less than 2 seconds. I'll start coughing. I'll start coughing. Then it knows that there's something wrong with that particular area of yourself.
You're supposed to be able to
You are
breathe
supposed
in.
to, if you breathe in, you are supposed to feel it at the center of your crown. Okay. If you breathe in, you are supposed to feel the air at the center part of your crown. You are supposed to breathe so deeply that you can connect to the flow of the ether entering your system.
Yes.
Yes. So if you are able to empty the lungs to get rid of the excess mucus that has blocked out the channels, and I told you that you can only get rid of those excess mucus once you start the elimination method. Free the lymphatic system, which is also one of the organs that is making you physical. You see? When you learn to eliminate the excess inside of your lymphatic system, the drainage system, when you clean the drainage system, when water is coming and it is flowing through, how fast do you see the water moving? So you don't keep emotions. You don't keep hardcore feelings. You experience everything just like the way the river flows. But if there's a stagnation somewhere along the river, then it becomes a breeding ground for mosquitoes.
In case you just joined us, this is Woke Unlimited Studios, and we are discussing the 7 spirits of God. The first one is the spirit itself, the divine providence, the divine essence. The second spirit is wisdom. The third spirit is understanding. And we are currently on the 4th spirit, which is mercy. Mesra will say, ɛyɛ nyame honhom ahodoɔ nson ne ho asɛm ne yɛka. Safia na wadu yɛ so na wohwɛ yɛn a ka ehu sɛ yɛka nyame honhom ahodoɔ nson ne ho asɛm. Deɛ di kan nyansa, ne yɛtɔ so mmienu. Deɛ di kan nyame honhom nankasa. Honhom na ɛyɛ abɔdeɛ nyinaa fapem no. Ne yɛtɔ so mmienu ɛyɛ nyansa. Ne yɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa yɛ nteaseɛ. Yɛwɔ deɛ ɛtɔ so nnan no ho a ɛyɛ ahumɔborɔ. Ahumɔborɔ ho asɛm na yɛaka awie no. Bɛbɛma baaba atoa so na wakɔ ɛyɛ honhom ɛtɔ so no mu. Baba, yes. What is the 5th spirit?
Yes. When it comes to the 5th spirit, mostly people attribute it, or religion attributes it to holiness.
Holiness.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Holiness. So there's usually a contradiction when it comes to the interpretation of what we are. Okay, because we is the God, or our own temples are the living part or the living essence of the Holy Spirit itself. So God doesn't dwell on the outside. So if you are telling us that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, then what are you trying to say? Yeah. So if religion is saying that the fear of the Lord, the 4th one, or the 5th spirit of the God, or the spirit of the universe, or the spirit of God, how you are going to put it, okay? I'm not talking about a single entity. I'm just talking about the laws, the natural laws that exist, cause and effect. You bounce in, you bounce back. Garbage in, garbage out. That is what I'm talking about. Okay. So the 5th representation of the spirit is the spirit of fear. It's the spirit of fear. And in religion, it is known as the spirit of holiness.
Oh.
In religion, they label it as the spirit of holiness, the fear of the Lord. These are the 7 spirits of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Meanwhile, wisdom comes before it gets to even the 5th part of what the spirit is. So how is that making sense? How can you fear God in order to understand God? How can you fear yourself to understand yourself?
So how are you trying to bring holiness,
yes,
and fear together? I want you to be able to explain it well so that people will be able to grasp them. I would love that you pick the various elements of holiness that can now attribute to what fear is for us to be able to get the linkage. Please.
Okay. When I'm going to put this simply, okay, let's pick holiness. What does it mean for one to be holy? Okay. Last time that we were speaking, I made it very clear that your entire system, from the crown of your head all the way to the roots of your feet, okay, this is you as an entire universe. Okay, this is you as an entire universe. You have a crown and then you have a root. You have the scepter of the crown and you have the scepter of the root.
Okay.
Everything here is making you one single being. We are all one singular being. So when they are telling you that you are whole, it simply means that you've created yourself, created this particular dimension that or life experience that you are currently going through. Everything that is coming to you 90% of the time, there's no coincidences because you've lived before. So you were created as a whole being. You weren't created half. You weren't created quarter. Even if you think like, what if you gave birth to you and you don't have one hand, and you don't have an eye, or you don't have one leg? Does that make you whole? Yes. That makes you whole. That makes you whole. So when they are talking about you being a holy being, they are talking about God materializing into a physical vessel. He manifested into the physical vessel. All of you came from light, like I was telling you. You all came from the Holy Spirit, the essence of creation itself, what we call God, what we call universe, that invincible force that condensed itself into a physical vessel that we all call Jesus. So in this particular world, we are all Jesus. We are all Jesus.
Because he said that if you are able to, if you have faith, you will be able to do what I have done and even, do it more.
Yes.
And there are several instances when, he made references to the fact that for you live in me and I in my Father and my Father in me and I in you. So what you're saying makes sense.
We
that
are
yes, we are all Christ.
one. We are all Jesus, that is Christ manifesting into the physical vessel. If you understand this, then you will know that you are a holy being. The temple of God is holy. Holy, holy is the name that the angels call the place of God, the throne of God. Holy, holy is the place. We are all holy beings. And the God that exists within his own temple, that is where the holiness derives its energy from. The light. We are all the light.